27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Connection Interruption podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ryan Sparks, aka Touched Artist. Thanks to Frisch's Big Boy, Team Frisch Game Day for having us again for another week of news, fun, and otherwise random game talk. I'm going to bring in my two co-hosts, Mark and Tay. What is happening, boys?
Made it back in time.
Hey, yo, you see this? I'm in a makeshift studio right now.
He's mobile.
I'm mobile, baby.
Well, I mean, at least you're functional and you're here.
Right.
Yeah. Because last week was a mess. Yeah.
It happens.
Thank God I'm here.
Yes, for sure. So let's just jump right in. I know we've got a ton of stuff to talk about. I'm really interested in hearing about the game that Mark's been playing this week because I watched him play for a little bit the other night on stream. And I think the whole world really is like enamored by this game. So Mark, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Elden Ring. That's like the only thing I've been playing. Really, like, I mean, when I'm not playing it, I want to be playing it. I should be playing it right after this. However, I'm not sure. My one buddy who we've been playing co-op. We've been playing co-op on it. Works pretty well. We've been kind of cheesing it. I'll explain that later. We can dive back into just Elden Ring once we're kind of done talking about what we're playing. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So hopefully we'll be playing it tonight. If not, I'll be playing some VR poker, one or the other. So still on that a little bit here and there, but Elden Ring has pulled the headset off my face. And yeah, can't wait. We can talk about it some more once we hear what you guys have been up to.
I want to talk more about VR today too.
Okay.
Because I have some really interesting questions. What I think are interesting questions on VR. So,
Yeah.
Tay, what about you, man? What are you playing?
Actually, since I've been mobile, I've been playing on my phone, and also I've been playing my Switch. So I've been playing NBA Backyard, and I think Civilization on my Switch. Other than that, I've just been on my phone since I'm mobile. Hopefully, the background and this camera will be better next show because I haven't unpacked a whole lot of stuff. So,
I mean, it's not like you're busy or anything.
You know what? Hey,
you've been super busy. I know you've been super busy with the move and all that stuff going on. So hopefully we can get you back in the swing of things. No pun intended.
I see what you did there.
You know,
right.
But yeah, so I've been playing Fortnite. I played some FIFA again the other night. I played King of Fighters 15. Tay, when your computer's up and running, and you're ready to play, that has to happen for you.
I will play that game as long as I get my Mad rematch. That's the only way I'm playing it.
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't even necessarily. I don't even necessarily want to play against you in King of Fighters 15. I want you to play it because I think you're going to love that game.
Okay. All right. So you know what?
It's
By
that
tomorrow, I have backup.
it is Capcom and SNK fighters. Anybody who is a fighting game fan like knows that they just have a certain aesthetic. They have a certain feel. Like it is phenomenal. Like it's so good. And I suck. Like I'm really bad at it, but it was so much fun. So you definitely have to check that one out.
I definitely will.
Yeah, it is. It is one of the best fighting games I think I've ever played.
And how much is it on?
That's the part you're not gonna like. It's 60.
There's the deal breaker, right?
That's the deal breaker. So I had said I wasn't gonna pay full price for it. I watched like 4 or 5 hours worth of someone streaming it one night, and I was just like, man, I gotta play this. It's really that good, and I have a fight stick, like, so that helps me too. Like that was the I got one of those 8-bit duo, whatever. Oh, I'm gonna make all kinds of noise. Now the dog's gonna be mad because I just sat something down.
Mm-hmm.
But
what is that?
Yeah, like why did it sound like a door opened? It wasn't. So I got one of these 8-bit duo arcade sticks.
Nice.
That looks like the old old NES
Super
Advantage.
Cool. How much that set you back?
About the cost of the game.
No, it was probably more than that. I've had this for
20?
a while though, and I just haven't had a reason to use it. But it has wireless capability. Like it comes with a charge cable. It's a rechargeable fight stick, and it comes with a wireless dongle.
Nice.
That you put in. And it has a little storage space for the dongle too, so you don't lose it. Because I am the king of losing those bad boys. But it hooks up to your Switch or your PC, or your Xbox. It'll work on all of them. I haven't tried it on PlayStation yet. I would guess it'll work on PlayStation. But it also has 2 different wireless settings. You can use it that has Bluetooth or 2.4G, which is what the wireless dongle works for. But you can set it up as Bluetooth as well if your PC has Bluetooth capability. So, but playing the King of Fighters with a fight stick is just awesome. It felt a lot like being in the arcade.
So I'm about to go find a video for it. King of Fighters. So,
yeah. Here I can throw one up in the comments, and hopefully, some people will hop in and check it out. All right, Mark. I want to hear all about your love of.
So this I will say this is my first Souls game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that might make me my review a little flawed because I feel like most people who've played a lot of Souls games. Let me see. I might have one. So I have the third one in my library, but I never even installed it. But so I might be a little biased. I know some people are like, "Oh, it's just the same," blah blah blah. But I mean, from everyone I've talked to, for the most part, has really liked it. I'm really liking it. Like I said, I want to be playing it when I'm not playing it, and so like to me, that's like the biggest thing for a game. It's like if you're thinking about it and wanting to play it when you're not, then it's a pretty good game. So that being said, like with the multiplayer, like I said, I haven't played the other Souls game. Apparently, this one's a lot better. But so like you summon in another player into your world. So I've been summoning my buddy, and he'll summon me into his. And so if you defeat a boss in your world, and like Tay's in my world, it doesn't count for his in-game progress. So then you have to go to his world and then do it again, which is fine or whatever because you need runes and stuff like that. So you're probably gonna do it again anyways. So then you can summon up to 3 people, and then people can invade you too. So if him and I are struggling on a boss, just us two, then we'll sometimes just summon in a random third.
Well, that's
And
cool.
right, so like that's super neat. Like I said, we were
How does it determine the level like of your bosses? So like let's say you're high level and then you have like two buddies that are playing with you that are lower level. Does it like meet you?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it probably just goes to the highest person, or
No,
do
I
you
don't
think it
think it
goes for
scales at all. I
everybody?
think whatever the boss is at, wherever the boss is
Okay.
at. So if we're having trouble with a boss, we'll leave, we'll go like farm, like kill somewhere else, get more runes, level up higher, and then we'll come back. Like
Okay.
last night we defeat like this guy on a golden horse and he's all in gold armor. He's like the first guy you come across when you exit the door, but he's like way too strong. We've
Yeah.
beaten 3 bosses total, and usually like if we have trouble with it, we'll go explore, level up, come back. Maybe we'll have better gear. Maybe we're better at the game a little bit here and there too, and then usually we won't struggle. But I think the boss is always kind of like set. It might go up a little bit if like you bring in a friend. I don't know honestly, um, but yeah, we kind of cheese it. You're not really supposed to like. I don't think you're really supposed to play the game like him and I are playing. Not that it makes it any easier. Like it does a little bit for sure, but it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like we're running through the game like easy peasy. Um, but because so if
No, I
when
saw
we
you
defeat,
playing the other night. You were like trying to take out a leg of one of the bosses. Like,
yeah, yeah, there's all kinds of giants and stuff, and that's the thing too. The world's beautiful. The enemies are fun. I like the exploration. I like the items and the gear and the levels. Kind of takes me back to Skyrim a little bit. And like the other thing I like doing is talking about it, especially with like people who've played the game. Are like, oh, have you checked out this area? Have you beat this boss? You know what I mean? Like I miss that kind of thing of Skyrim back when I was in middle school. You'd be sitting at the lunch table and you'd be like, oh my god, like you gotta check out this place. I found this thing, and you know what I mean.
mhm.
And it's not like the story is really like all that like it's not really that easy to follow for one. But for two, like for me personally, I don't really care about the story. I'm mainly playing for the gameplay. So like if I had something spoiled, I don't even think I would care. Because I mean, I've been watching some lore videos on YouTube because I do want to kind of understand, but pretty hard to follow in all honesty. I kind of have a
Is it
grasp
part
on it.
of the Souls like
No,
universe, or is it its
not to my
own?
knowledge, but
Okay.
I'm also
Yeah, you're new. I didn't know if that was
yeah.
like if so
It's
far
not
like you
obvious
haven't
if it is.
okay, but so far you haven't had any moments where you're like, I don't understand why this story is going the way it's going.
Right. I mean, in
Okay.
all honesty, like there's not really like a straight line for the story because we went to like the second boss kind of thing because if you there's things called graces, they're like the fires from the other ones. And if you
Mhm.
look on your map, it will like point like in a general direction on which area you're supposed to go to next. But at the same time, him and I went straight south and beat a completely different boss that had nothing to do with what we were doing before. So yeah, so it's like the story's kind of weird in that sense. It's not like your general Halo where you have to play the next mission. You kind of just run around doing whatever you want. Um, now, that may change the farther I get into the game, but right now all I know is like this Elden Ring was shattered and all these people got power from the shattered bits, and we're going around killing those people essentially. Um, you know, that's what you learn from like the cutscene. And like the
Mhm.
first boss, we killed some dude, and yeah, that was about it. Um, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so cheesing multiplayer. So like when you beat the area boss, it sends the person you summoned back to their world. So really, in a sense, like me and my buddy are just running around exploring the world together. It's not really meant for that, but it makes it way more fun, in my opinion. So
So question
yeah.
for somebody that's never played those. Well, I wouldn't say never played those type of games. So somebody that's never played Elden Ring,
hmm
is it kind of like Final Fantasy or no?
Um.
I want to say
Yeah.
15 it is, but it's not
Yeah.
turn based.
Yeah. I'd say it's not turn based, and I would say it's probably like 15, where you kind of run around and level up, and like there's certain bosses. So I mean, it's pretty similar. I
Did
would
you
say it's a lot
play
harder than
Hey,
Final
did you
Fantasy.
play Breath of the Wild on the Switch?
Yeah.
It plays it's darker than that, and graphically it's way next level. But
Yeah.
the combat looks similar.
There was an article somewhere comparing it to that, and some people think it should be compared to Zelda. Some people don't. I can see the comparison. Like I said, not playing other Souls games, I don't really know. Some people are telling me like, oh, if you like Elden Ring, you're like the other Souls games, which is probably true, and I'm probably check them out eventually. But that being said, it kind of just plays like your general open world game, except it's just a lot harder and more unforgiving. Because if you die and you got 50,000 runes on you, you know what I mean? Like that could be, depending on what level you are, it could be like 5 levels. And if you die and then on your way back to pick them up, because when you die, they drop on the ground. On your way back to them, you die, then you lose them. I mean, that could be 2 hours of runes.
Ugh. Yeah,
There
that was
are
more fun with
runes.
Bloodborne was that way.
Yeah. And
It was
I mean, there are farming spots for, runes you can find on YouTube and stuff, and you get them. But that's the other thing is like, do you really want to sit there and farm? I mean, right now I haven't needed to really. We farmed a little bit here and there, just kind of for fun. But most of the time we just run around and explore, and we've been getting runes from running around, finding new enemies and killing them. The exploration has been kind of my favorite part, is because it is really interesting map. There's a lot of interesting enemies, and so that's what kind of keeps it somewhat fresh. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of like open world games recently, like I just haven't really cared to explore until this one. I also think that's because of the difficulty of the game, and also like the darkness. Like you just never. There are a lot of like secrets and stuff. You just never know what you're gonna run into. You might find like a hidden cave, and that's like the coolest feeling ever to me.
Yeah, just like listening to you talking about it, like for somebody that's never played it, like I'm sold on the game. Like, yeah, you should do I guess a walkthrough.
Yeah. So like,
There you
but
go.
on the
There
flip
you go,
side,
Mark. Start over, redo it, and record the whole playthrough, and then cut some video and do a walkthrough.
I've live streamed every bit that I've played.
Yeah.
Besides a
Yeah,
couple
news out there.
PC crashes, but like I didn't miss out on anything from it. So I could. I mean, I would just have to like. That's the thing too, is like there's a lot of like dead air in a sense. Like a lot of people probably just want to see the big fights or like dungeon crawls and stuff.
Mhm.
But a lot of it is just me and my buddy running around. Like yesterday, we were literally just running around, just like exploring the map, trying to find things, looking for the things called like golden seeds. They're like these golden trees, and they're kind of rare. And so if you find one of a golden seed, you get like a new health pot, basically like a heart in Zelda. You can think of it as that. And so we were running around, and also we just hear boom, and like an arrow the size of like a building like lands right next to us. We're like, what the? And so in the distance, we just see this giant with this giant bow and arrow, and
See, that would be sick.
you can hear him coming in. It sounds like missiles. It's like boom, and like it's just thunderous bang. But then like we got underneath of him, and he was actually really weak. But it's the getting to him part that was like the challenge, without just getting hit by an arrow. Like I don't even know, the size of like 2 airplanes. But my
That's
one
good.
friend on Discord, he was really struggling. So the gold horse guy, like literally you walk out of the tutorial, and the thing about the tutorial is they don't really tell you. There's in Dark Souls games you can write messages on the ground, and other players can see them.
Yeah, that's dope.
And so like there was a message, and it says like below, cave of knowledge below or something. And I was like, I don't even know what that means. It's a scary cave down there. I'm not going down there. This is very beginning. And of course, it was like the tutorial cave, like teaching you everything about the game if you drop down there. But I just walked past. And so I didn't really understand. My buddy walked past, and he just kept fighting that golden knight over and over and over and over. And like, so depending on which character you picked, like the one I picked, you started on level 7, which is like nothing. I didn't beat that gold knight until I'm like 35.
What?
So like that's literally the first enemy you encounter. You can easily just go around him, but the game doesn't really tell you that. So
that's exactly
after 2
like
hours,
Bloodborne, the other
yeah,
one of the other Souls games, like Bloodborne, I died like at the first boss, and I got super mad, and everybody was like, "Dude, you're supposed to."
Yeah, dude.
I was
Well-
like, "Wait, what?" And they're like, "No, it's supposed to teach you like you aren't supposed to really fight that guy."
Yeah, and so like he's like, I'm returning this game. It's way too hard. You know what I mean? And it's like so it's definitely like a learning curve. So like, me, I immediately saw that guy and it's like, yeah, there's no way I can beat him. And just was like, I'm gonna see if I can walk around. And I walked around. I never even swung at him once. And then I came up onto a building and and I walked down the road and there's like these enemies that are only like 3-hit kills. And I was like, okay, this game's kind of cool. There's a lot of stealth in the game too. I mean, you don't have to go stealth, but stealthing is pretty easy. They set it up pretty nicely. So yeah.
Interesting.
Now, how much is Elden Ring? So I'm
Probably
putting
like 60.
together my game.
It's that 60 bones yet again, sir.
It's worth it though. I mean, me being a person who hasn't really been gaming all that much, and like, especially like, I mean, yeah, I was playing VR, but like not that much. Now I'm like, I think I'm already like 12 hours in, and I started like last, I don't know what, I think it came out Friday.
Well, they said
When I've been
87
weekend.
hours, right? Like that's the average run through.
Yeah, it's gonna take me
How many
probably
hours?
187. It's probably gonna take me about 100 and something.
It'll take me 5 years.
But
Yeah,
87 hours?
I can't imagine one trying to find a way to put that much time into it. But like
I've played it 16.
I've broken one controller out of anger while playing games, and it was from the Soul series. Like I spiked a controller one time, and based on what I'm hearing about this game, it plays like the other ones. I'm afraid the spike may happen again.
Out of
But
all
you
of them,
got-
people are saying this is the easiest.
Yeah.
I will
What'd
say
you
that.
say, Tay?
I was about to say, you got enough controllers to spike them. So,
True.
Yeah, I mean that's true because I do buy like any color that I see that I like. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it or not. But I watched Mark play. It looks really cool. I'm excited to watch Mark play more actually because I think that I like the story so far, what I've seen, and I like the gameplay. I just don't know that I can really give the time. So when I get to see him play it, I'll just keep an eye on his Twitch. Did you guys see the new Pokemon generation was announced?
I did, like Scarlet and Violet.
Scarlet and Violet, releasing sometime this year. I haven't even gotten through Pokemon Legends Arceus yet, and they're like, "Hey, here's more Pokemon." Like, I cannot believe that they're already putting out another Pokemon game.
Well, I mean, it was just an announcement, right? I think it's just to keep your mouth watering. I mean, did it have a date?
They said it
seen
was releasing in 2022.
Okay, so probably the fall.
Yeah, I would guess
holiday.
it'll be a holiday release. I don't see in this article if there's a release date. They said that they sent out the three starter Pokemon. One looks like a duck with a blue hat. Quaxley. Fuecoco kind of looks like a dino as a fire type. And then Sprigatito is the grass Pokemon. I did find it pretty fun because you guys have seen Billy Madison, right?
Yeah.
Mark, have you seen it?
Billy Madison.
Yeah, it's the Adam Sandler movie where he goes back to school and he has to complete all the grades.
Oh,
elementary,
yeah.
So there's the scene where he's in kindergarten and he colors a duck blue, and he's like, I've never seen a blue duck, so I wanted to color my duck blue. Like the new Pokemon Quaxley has a blue hat and blue like flippers.
Yeah, I see that.
So there's a meme out there that was basically the quote from Billy Madison with the new Pokemon, which made me laugh. I think I I still haven't finished the new one, but I've got a little bit of time, I guess. But Pokemon fans are super excited about it. Pokemon Legends Arceus is the second fastest selling Nintendo Switch title of all time. So, I mean, there's definitely some excitement around Pokemon again. So,
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
like,
I mean, I can't believe it just because based off that last one just coming out.
yeah, like
Did you-
to me,
have
like
you-
Pokemon's cool. Like, go ahead. I'll let
No,
you
I
go.
was just going to ask, Tay, have you played a bunch of them, or are you?
Last Pokemon I played, I downloaded when I first got the computer. It was like the battle joint. And then I played Pokemon Go. We had to go find the.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really haven't been into Pokemon, but I see why it's a bit crazy on it. Like when I used to play Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball fell off. Yeah.
Yeah, I had somebody the other day. There's a new Shin Megami Tensei game that came out on Switch, and he was like, "You've got to play that if you like Pokemon. It's more of like an adult-based Pokemon game." So I was like, I may check that one out and see. But I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but I do enjoy, like, it's just a game where I can just sit down and kind of play through.
Right.
The new one doesn't have the like turn-based battle system really,
Mm-hmm.
like as much as the other one. Like I like that turn-based because I can like hit a button and then look away and talk or do whatever, and just kind of like I can play that and do something else. I'm not like totally engrossed in the story, but I'm kind of just playing along.
All right.
But yeah, I'm interested to see like how much that really goes, like, and how many people are really into it. Have you guys seen the Steam Deck news, like with the screen and
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I saw like it works like in the sun.
yeah, I'm really interested like to see. So I looked again. Mine says after Q2 in 2022 is when mine is going to be released. So I haven't gotten a date yet, but I'm really interested to see it and get my hands on it. There's also been some news about like Destiny having
People
some
trying
sort of
to.
weird compatibility issue.
Yeah, people trying to cheat already.
Like, why?
I don't think the gaming world will be the gaming world without people trying to hack and cheat.
Yeah,
I mean, people are always trying to cheat and everything, man.
So it's interesting. Well, so Destiny, it's according to this article on PC Gamer, it says Destiny 2 is not supported on the Steam Deck, and anyone trying to bypass the rules will be met with a swift game ban. Bungie's website says Destiny 2 is not supported for play on the Steam Deck or any system utilizing Steam Plays Proton unless Windows is installed and running. Players who attempt to launch Destiny 2 on the Steam Deck through Steam OS or Proton will be unable to enter the game and will be returned to their library. Will be returned to their game library after a short time.
Wow. So
it's just weird to me. Like they're not even trying to cheat. It's like we just don't want you to play it on that OS.
That's weird. There's got to be a reason, though, right?
I guess so.
Do they have some type of advantage by doing that?
I mean, I'm trying to find, like, I don't know what would be the reason behind it. Like, it said some users have already taken to the Destiny subreddit to discuss the decision. And one person saying why why Bungie's in the right. Their argument boils down to Linux lack of secure boot and user configuration kernels.
Yeah, it's because of I guess the anti-cheat's not good enough. So it sounds like Bungie just doesn't want to deal with the potential headache of people using the Stream Deck or Steam Deck to cheat. So they're just like, we'll just ban it altogether to just avoid this.
So why not just ban the multiplayer? Like, and
That's
I
true.
know that there's a multiplayer component to the story base,
Right.
like, but ban the PvP.
That makes sense.
Couldn't they just like make it to where I can't play capture the flag or any of those modes? Don't you think?
It should be, or just make it a Steam Deck only account. Like you can all like if you make an account on the Steam Deck, you can only play on Steam Deck. And then if the cheating is bad, then just go single player, like you said.
Oh, it looks like we might have lost Tay.
No, I'm here. I think my video was just messed up.
Internet connection or something there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that there's got to be a way. Like, I guess this frustrates me because Destiny is one of the games that I would like to play on it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, my first game that I want to play on it's God of War because I want to be able to take it and play God of War. I'm disappointed that I won't have it before my trip next week, but I think that to ban a game from playing on a platform is a bad move, in my opinion, for Bungie. Because I think they have the ability to just disable the PvP and just go that route.
Or they might be saying that now just to stall and get more time to actually fix the problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think one, the Steam Deck isn't big enough for it to be a problem. And then for two, I mean, it could just be a short term thing, and I don't know. I think it's just okay to do that right now. I mean, it's not the biggest thing in the world. I think if they just like banned it from PC altogether, it'd be like an issue. But I guess if you're buying the Steam Deck just for Destiny 2, that's about the only people it's really gonna affect. It's like, yeah, it would be nice to play on it, but I mean, I don't know. I think they'll be all right for temporarily. Hopefully, eventually they can make that switch. I mean, but at the same time, is there gonna be enough Steam Deck Destiny 2 players to support making that fix?
I don't know. I have 700 and something games in my Steam library. I think I'll be able to find something to play. I just think that it's frustrating that Bungie's like, yeah, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got plenty of games that I can put on there. I've got some that I think that may not be playable on there that I want to see if they will be, like if it can handle them, you know? I'm super excited to play through the Batman series again, I think, on that. Like, I think that'll be a cool one to just sit down and play for 10, 15 minutes here and there. And then jump back in. Like, I want to see if Borderlands 3 will play on it. What else? I mean, there were a couple others. Like, I'm interested to see how Cities Skyline in games that are usually point and click with a mouse, like, how the Steam Deck handles those.
That's a good point. I mean, I guess you just have to use the Joy-Con.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know how
Joy-Con, whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a couple different ones that I want to see. I really want to play Gauntlet on it because I haven't played that in forever. And that's one that I really do love. Like, I love that game. Let's see if Tay's back with us. It looks like he tried to join us again.
Yeah, well, I think my MacBook's a little too hot.
Yeah, I think last time you tried to use your MacBook before the move, there were issues too, right?
Yeah.
You've seen better days on the video front, that's for sure.
Well, at least you can hear me. You can hear me.
Yep, we can hear you. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what the play base is on the Steam Deck when all is said and done.
Right.
And if there's going to be enough noise made by people that are trying to play on there. You know, like why can't I play like YZ? You know, or whatever game is out there that you want to play.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The Steam Deck is just super, like, the idea in general is just super interesting because there's so many different questions in the air and just like ideas in general. And like a lot of them aren't going to be answered until you get your hands on it.
No, and that's I'm jonesing to get my hands on it. Honestly, I definitely I am super frustrated that I have yet to get an opportunity to see it in person. Um, I really want to play through that.
Yeah, I
I
was
played
gonna
a
ask
number
you.
of games on it.
I was gonna ask you, like, even though like you're waiting, how long do you
Yeah.
think it'd be before people could actually order again? Since you're still waiting, I know you ordered yours a long
I
time ago.
ordered mine on the first day that it was available for pre-order. Within the first like 2 hours of it being available. And I would have ordered it sooner had my phone been able to connect to their website. Like I was trying consistently for 2 hours to get in and couldn't.
Mm.
Um, and I know a bunch of people canceled that were ahead of me in the queue. So I wonder, like, it said after Q2. So I'm guessing sometime this summer I'll finally be able to get my hands on one. That would be my
Well,
best
well,
guess.
quarter two, ain't they like spring?
Well, it said like my thing says after Q2.
Oh, yeah, so
So
yeah, probably
yeah,
summer.
so I would guess summer.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't really know if I'm being honest. Like I'm not really sure.
I mean, to answer Tay's question, I feel like with the supply chain and everything, I just feel like there's no really telling. I mean, dates can get pushed back, dates can get pushed forward. There's just no telling. And honestly, it's just like with everything, buying a car, etc.
Yeah.
So
Ah,
Mark's tired.
another PlayStation.
dude, I just can't get enough oxygen or something, man.
So it's another PlayStation situation.
Uh,
Well, it's like you're gonna really want it, but can't get your hands on it.
maybe. I mean, maybe. I I think we are in a really weird time, and I try to explain this to my customers all the time. The global supply chain is still an absolute mess.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's gotten any better, and I don't think the situation that's going on overseas right now makes it any better either. Because Ukraine does export a lot of the metals and ores that are used for PC parts. And I just think that it's going to kind of put a little hindrance on it. And while we normally avoid like any topics that are political in nature, I found it really interesting this week that the deputy prime minister of the Ukraine sent an open letter to the gaming industry asking for PlayStation and Xbox to ban accounts of players and asking for esports organizations to not allow players from Russia or Belarus or their teams into the esports events. I just thought it was an interesting thing, like in the middle of a wartime, that to still like reach out about the gaming industry. So for me, it was just one of those things where I was like, I think we just need to highlight it, kind of let people know that it happened, and kind of move on from there, and not spend a ton of time on it.
Yeah, that's a touchy subject. And
Yeah, but I think it's very, very interesting because of how long, like how big the gaming industry is, that's something that was talked about, or something that was thought of. So
I could definitely see where they're coming from.
yeah, just another one of those interesting things that slips through the cracks a lot of times. Like the regular news media is not covering that, right? They're covering a bunch of other things that are going on, and we don't want to spend a lot of time. But it was an interesting piece. So if you want more information about that, you can actually search it. IGN has Ukraine's open letter to the games industry available for you to check out.
Well, in other news, oh man,
One thing I didn't mention about Elden Ring for those trying to play on mouse and keyboard. PC Gamer has an article talking about it. The mouse and keyboard controls are atrocious, and I don't even really understand them. When I first booted up, um, I planned on playing mouse and keyboard, and all of a sudden on my screen, Xbox controls were like popping up on my screen. It'd be like a message. It's like blah 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 blah. Do you accept? And it said A, yes, B, close, or something like that. And I had no controller plugged in at all. I didn't have the only USBs I had going into my computer were a mouse and keyboard,
Interesting.
literally. And I'm just like, and like, and so I start trying to press buttons, and also now I'm opening up menus that I can't close out because it says B to close. I'm like, what's going on here?
That is
And then I
weird.
found out that like you could right click and it would open up like a menu of like Xbox buttons, and it kind of worked. I don't know. It was super weird. Once you get in game, it doesn't really do that. But as far as the controls for mouse and keyboard, it is so weird and atrocious that I just plugged in a PlayStation controller. No problems ever since. So keep that in mind if you're going to play on PC. Yeah. So just a little something there. Should have mentioned that when I was talking about it, but yeah. One game kind of similar in ways. Valheim. There's a new update and such. It adds frost caves, so adds it to the mountains and stuff. I haven't played that game in a hot minute. Kind of miss it. Maybe one day I'll go back and check it out. Maybe restart a playthrough or something like that. But just
That's the Viking game, right?
Yep. It's like the Viking, like I think some people call it like polygraphic kind of like game. Like the graphics aren't amazing by any means, but still like a beautiful game in its own right.
Is that PC on?
I think so.
Good question. I think that is PC only. Valheim can only be found on Steam.
Yeah.
It's still in early access based on this article. How old is this article? This article's from the end of January, so I would say it's probably still in early access.
Hey, Mark, can you shoot me
Looks
the
like
link to
2020, 2022, 2023 potentially for consoles. What's going on, Tay?
I said, can you shoot me the link for that so I can check it out after the show?
Yeah.
Oh, but while we're
$20
about to lose, Bandcamp is being bought out. I was reading that. I think it's going to be. It's a major plus for the music industry and a major plus for gaming. So I think that's a win-win situation. One, because Bandcamp, like they book a lot of people for the South by Southwest festival. So, and I think with them buying that out, that's going to open the door for more independents to get their music on games.
Do you think that they'll put a channel in Fortnite, like for when you're in the car, and they'll start featuring more of that music on there?
Yeah, because with that, I hate to say this, but it's going to sound bad. It's going to be cheaper for them to play independent music for us the royalties.
Oh,
but
sure.
It also gives the independent artists international platform for their music to be heard on one of the biggest games in history. So I think that's a plus.
I think for me, anytime that I'm able to share new music or new content or anything like that on a new platform, that's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
As a musician, like when you're trying to get your name out there, or let's say you're in a band and you're trying to get some extra gigs, it always helps to be able to like send out a link to somewhere for people to watch or listen or whatever. And I think if you can say our music was featured on Fortnite, everybody knows what Fortnite is.
Right. And just think of how many streams, like digital streams, you're going to get from people streaming your song in the game.
Yeah.
So you have the
Yeah, I
potential.
just hope that they don't hit a bunch of people with copyright license issues on like Twitch and stuff. That's been one of my biggest frustrations with streaming Fortnite.
Yeah.
I've disabled all licensed music at this point for when I stream because I don't want
Right.
to get hit with any of those strikes. I mean, I got hit pretty hard with one when I was playing Fuse, that DJ game, like where you like spin different tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was on Facebook. Facebook was not very pleasant about it. And I disputed the claim, and I actually won the dispute.
That's good.
But it was a long, drawn out process. But I'm like, it's a music game, and they were begging people on social media to stream the game, and then like WB Games or whoever, I think that's who it was, hit with a copyright strike.
But
And I'm like, it's your game, and you were literally going out there and retweeting when people were streaming it, and then you're hitting them with it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, a lot of the times too, it's not even the game's fault; it's the music labels. So, like,
Yeah.
if I have a music label through Swing Labels, and then I put my game in Fortnite, and then Fortnite's tweeting everyone, "Oh, like we just added Swing's music, everyone go play," and then my label is just hitting them with it, and I'm just like, "Sorry guys, like I don't really know what's going on. Like I'm not asking for this, but the label owns my music, and they're gonna." So it's a whole tangled up process.
Yeah.
Speaking of all that music stuff, have you guys seen the Kanye came out with something called the STEM player?
yeah, his personal music player.
Yeah, well, have you seen that like you can like edit or like not edit? It's like you can customize songs essentially. So like you can isolate parts of a song and then you can like add effects
Only
to it. You can control
$200.
Yeah.
you can control vocals, drums, bass, and samples.
So pretty much his
It's like a
player is like giving you the opportunity to be a producer.
yeah, like remix and stuff.
Hey, but you
I
know
don't know what
he released the album early on his player for $100,
Huh.
and he made a couple
Yeah.
$1 million in a couple hours.
Yeah, he has his own like basically his own Spotify or whatever. Essentially, I forget what he called it.
All right, now I'm in. Like you got me suckered in. I'm sitting here like searching for it.
Did you see that? You go to stemplayer.com. I linked it in the doc. You
Yeah.
click the video, it kind of shows you what you can do with it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at like how to actually get my grubby little fingers on one.
It looks. I think you just buy it on his website. I don't know when you would get it.
Yeah, you got to order through Yay. I don't think anybody else has it.
I just wonder if it
Add
works.
to
as well
cart.
as it
Like there's the
does.
second link on the website.
Yeah.
It's like add to cart. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out. Like I'm
Freaking genius,
interested.
though. He's freaking genius for that. Like, hey, if you really want my
this is
exclusive
genius.
content, buy my player and stream it from my service.
Yeah, but like it says customize any song.
Yeah.
I'm in. Whatever.
Does it say when you would get it? It's kind of scap buying it because it opens up like a second browser to check out, and it's like,
Oh, yep, I'm doing it right now.
Shh! Don't tell anybody that he's getting. Man.
Yeah, it doesn't give you any information right off the bat.
wait, did this come out in June?
Yeah, it's been out for a minute. It's been
Okay.
out since right before John the War.
Okay, well, let me
All right,
YouTube
I'm gonna watch
this
some
then.
YouTube videos
Yeah.
and see. Yeah, I'll have to look, but yeah, it is weird. The browser is a little sketchy.
I mean, yeah. CNET's got a video with it.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Is that like that's one of the things that I really love in Fuse, that game Fuse. Like I love being able to like separate the track and add drums for one song and kind of mess around and do different levels and stuff.
Well, I wonder if you
So,
can save what you've made.
that'll
Because if
be interesting.
not, that'd be like really hard to.
That'd be
I don't
dope,
know.
man, if you could. Or outsource it and record it onto like GarageBand or something.
Yeah, I do a lot of that stuff in GarageBand, like where I'll try to like just do certain tracks and pull different things out of it. That was like my first real experience in mixing and stuff, and doing like special videos and things like that was through GarageBand and then iMovie. So that kind of thing is something that I think would be interesting. I'd be really interested to see if they have like the video games live music available to like put on there and have it separate like just the violins or stuff like that.
That would be dope. I already know where you headed and what you about to do, but I'm not even gonna say it on the broadcast. So yeah, I already know what you're about to do.
Yeah, like I would love to be able to do some stuff where like we have a little bit because of fair use if we can use 10 seconds of this clip or 10 seconds of that clip or 3 bars of that clip and kind of do some cool stuff.
Well, you can also use it for promotional purposes. Because I do that when I do my mixes. Like I'm not making any money off of it. And I won a lot of disputes with Facebook and IG.
Yeah.
Like I'm a DJ, I'm just playing the music, right? And then they release it. But they usually tag it, and from what I've seen, I think it's the bots that tag you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then like some countries don't allow explicit music or certain type of music. So
I get hit from
countries.
When I used to stream some of my mixes and stuff, I got hit from Saudi Arabia all the time.
Oh yeah, that's no cussing over there.
Yeah, none at all.
None.
So,
you go over there with the F bombs if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to come back in a body bag.
Yeah, they don't play with cuss words at all.
Yeah, they're not playing with that stuff.
Well, that's all I got for the news.
That's it.
I think that was the last story with
Usually we're way over.
Yeah, I know
Not
tonight we're trying to keep it a little bit more on the line.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Plus, Mark needs to get back into playing some more Elden Ring.
Waiting to find out what we're playing tonight. It's either VR or Elden. I'm hoping for Elden Ring.
Oh, VR. Yeah, so quick.
Emotional damage. No,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, life is like that sometimes.
VR.
VR. Okay, so have you played any racing games yet? We've discussed that before that you hadn't at that point, but have you gotten into anything?
Nope. Not even a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I got to figure that out. That's my real interest right now is playing some sort of car racing game. That's one. Beat Saber is 2. Poker is a very, very close, like I would say 2A-ish, because I just want to play some poker in VR. Honestly, card games in general right now are super intriguing to me. And I'm starting to get, like I didn't mention it earlier, obviously we've talked in previous shows where I've been playing Uno every night before I go to bed or whatever. But I found a couple other card games that I've been messing with. I actually played Microsoft Solitaire in the Windows the other day, but I want to play something that's like casino based, like where it has different stuff. So I'm just interested in kind of seeing where VR is headed and where it goes. And I thought about buying that Humble Bundle. Did you buy that one?
You know what?
The one that had all the VR games. No, it's still there. The VR Discovery Bundle. It has 8 more days left.
Okay. I want to. I just haven't.
Yeah.
I probably will if I can convince my buddy to get it, who also has VR.
Yeah, I'm thinking about just buying it for the $12 in case I ever do get a VR. I already have the rights to the games.
Yeah, you'd have a bunch of games.
Yeah, so, and that tower tag looks really cool. Another
Those look cool.
thing that is really interesting, if you buy the VR bundle, there's a 10% off coupon for the winter sale, the winter VR sale on the Humble store. I don't know if you
Okay.
saw that there's a winter VR sale
10
going on.
Yeah, there's 10% off.
Yeah. So that's the other piece. Like there's other in their actual store, they've got a whole genre assorted of VR. Like I want to play table tennis.
Hey, hey,
Into the Radius looks cool.
I
like,
want to play Creed really bad. Creed is on sale right now for $8.
yeah, I played that on the Oculus, man. And when I say that some of those fights are kind of scary, because
Yeah.
like they're right in your face and it looks real. And if you don't have enough playing area, you're gonna jack yourself up.
Well, shoot. I will jack myself up then because that's going to happen. That's like that game. We've talked about that before. That game is one of the ones that I have to play on VR.
I didn't know they had Borderlands VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, Erica, she
Yeah.
said Beat Saber and Supernatural app are my fave. I tried a roller coaster game, but once I failed, I quit.
I
And
think
she
I
said
have.
Creed scared her.
I have Skyrim VR. I bought that when it was on sale at some point. But yeah, there's Borderlands VR.
Super Hot VR. I've played that.
Super Hot looks really cool.
That's like top of my VR games ever, and I was playing that on the PlayStation 1.
There's a tower defense game called Skyworld King. I want to say it's Skyworld Kingdom Brawl. I know that was part of the VR sale at some point. It may still be, but it was like under $5 and looked really cool. Like there's just a lot that I want to kind of dig into, and I'm now like, do I just go ahead and do it?
Duck season.
Like Project Cars 2 is VR compatible, and I'm pretty sure I already own that game.
Just buy one, man. Do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's other things going on right now, but it's really, really tempting. Like,
all you got to do is just find a way to make what, $200? Is it?
Yeah, I mean,
$350 or
that's
whatever
not.
it is.
It's just like,
yeah. I mean, trust me. No, I get it.
There's other stuff, but Hatsune Miku VR, like, that's a Tay game for sure.
It's an Exorcist game. Forget that.
Hatsune Miku is a Japanese-based rhythm game, Tay, and some of the beats in that game are sick.
EDM or straight?
Yeah, and they mix it up. It's mainly EDM, but there's some other stuff. But I used to play Hatsune Miku on Vita a lot. And then there's like a couple workout games that I was considering because I've got to find a way to get a little less round. I tried the Ring Fit Adventure on the Switch and I just was not feeling it. But I wonder if the VR would get me a little bit more interested. So there's a couple games that I really am interested in seeing. There's one thing called The Blue, and it's like you're underwater and in the sea. And it's not a game, but it's like a video experience where you're just like on a crashed pirate ship, and there's like turtles and whales and jellyfish and all kinds of stuff that just swim by where you're at. That one has me intrigued because I wonder if it would help me like just chill at the end of a night and relax.
There's definitely some relaxing games out there.
Yeah.
You said it's called The Blue?
Yeah, it's BLU. I don't think there's an E in it.
I see it.
Yeah. Like you said, table tennis, ping pong, any of those have me kind of intrigued. The interesting part, so that Synth Riders game that's on VR, if you just buy that game, it's $23. But if you buy the Humble Bundle, VR bundle, it's $12 for the bundle, and that's included in it.
Dang.
So that's a huge savings. I don't like roller coasters, but I think that Roller Coasters Legends game or experience might be interesting.
I think you get bored of it pretty quick.
Probably, but it's like I think it's on sale for like $5.
I'd only
It's
play it
like,
if I got it in a bundle.
yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's like if you got it in a bundle, that'd be cool. But sometimes there's a magic price point for me in games. I know Tay is really interested in VR.
Yes,
Like
I've had my experience, but I need to get my own.
Fallout 4 is available in VR.
I didn't know that either.
Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners.
Yeah, there's
What?
I knew there was a Walking Dead VR game.
That might cause me to have freaking nightmares, though. You guys know me in scary games. If it's like jump scares, that will not end well for me. But there's lots of cool VR stuff. I think it's cool that you got one. I'm interested to see like some of these other things. But that sale ends for those of you that are big VR fans. That sale ends this week. So be sure to check that out over on the Humble store. Again, they're not sponsored, but there's a lot of cool stuff out there. Eagle Flight looks really cool. It's $5. That's made by Ubisoft. Fruit Ninja was one of my favorite games on the Kinect. It's on sale for $10. And that's just a goofy little game, but
Slicing and dicing.
Yeah. Ooh, Mark, you like Sea of Thieves.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about that boat game?
Battle Wake?
Yeah, not a fan. I
Really?
looked at it. It looks iffy.
Darn, because I immediately got excited because I was like, oh, that could be really cool.
It could be. I don't know. It just I think I'd throw up, honestly. It's seasick.
That was my problem with one of the racing games on it was Gran Turismo on PlayStation. I got sick. So
if I can stay awake, apparently I'm gonna be playing Heavenly Bodies today or tonight.
Interesting.
A cool astronaut space co-op game. Me and my buddy saw on TikTok. I asked him, "What are we playing tonight?" And he said, "Let's get Heavenly Bodies." To my surprise, he was serious. So
cool. Something different. You'll be able to talk about
something different. Something a little bit more relaxing, a little less stressful, which will be good because apparently I'm tired as much as I've yawned this show.
I just thought it was because we were boring you tonight.
No, man. I mean, I think I stayed up a little too late last night watching Yellowstone, and I think the gym is catching up to me a little bit. It hit it pretty hard. But.
I'm home for the next 2 days. Doing a little bit of work from home and some stuff going on, but I'm gonna try to get some gaming in tonight since I don't have to do the hour-long commute tomorrow. Erica, welcome. I'm sorry I didn't see your comments in the chat earlier.
You scared me.
My apologies for that. Beat Saber and Supernatural app are my favorite. Yeah, I love me some VR. I think it's going to be an interesting experience if I can find the stuff that really like catches my attention. So hopefully we find some of those games that can just really hook me in and get me to buy one. But we'll see. It's a future purchase. My oldest wants one for sure.
Yeah, it's enough to where you guys could probably share it. I mean,
yeah, and I don't know that I'll play it a ton. And if the racing games or anything like Gran Turismo was on the PlayStation VR, one, I'll get sick, and two, I'll be super disappointed because I really just want that experience of being able to like drive in a car that I'll never be able to afford. That's really what I want. I want to get into Bugatti. I want to hear that rumble, like. You know what I'm saying, Tay? Like just that certain.
Yeah.
I will say, make sure get the PC cable link.
Yeah.
It's like $15-20. It's worth it. It's a long micro USB cable or USB-C, whatever it is. And it's high quality and just for charging alone, it's really good. So I mean, especially if you're gonna play it for like 2 hours straight. Within that first hour, it might be dying on you, depending on what game you're playing and how like heavy that is. And I mean, you might as well plug it in. But if you don't mind,
Did
depending
you
on
get
the
the
game
silicone grips
for the
for the
controllers,
controllers?
no.
Okay.
I mean, I rarely even put my hands through the loops. I mean, it depends on what
Okay.
I'm playing. If I'm playing, like a war game or something, I will, just from the amount of frag grenades and stuff I'm throwing. I don't want to throw a frag into my TV, but you know. So yeah, that's about the only thing I could suggest is getting that.
The only other question I think I have right now on VR is, what headset are you wearing while you're playing it?
None.
So where's the
The
sound
speaker-
coming from?
The
It's
speakers
like
inside
it's like
goggles.
right here or somewhere. I don't know. The sound's perfect. I mean, honestly, you hear everything completely fine. Has a built-in microphone, works
Right.
100% fine.
Okay.
I didn't even know that when I first bought it, but or actually, I looked it up, I think, and I was like, oh, okay, we'll check it out.
Erica loves the grips.
I mean, I've never used them. I mean, I even
Yeah,
did
no, I
like
get it. I wanted to know because I'm like trying to figure out like if it's going to be worth that like extra
right.
whatever. Because I think that for me, I'm going to want to be fully immersed in it, and the grips, like having that extra strap that kind of holds it to your hand, so if you get scared, if you're playing a scary game like I would, because I was out, if I played something like that, it'd be totally worth it. Yeah, totally worth it. Sweaty palms. Erica's got the sweaty palm when she plays VR. I get it.
Yeah, me too. Me
I
too.
get it.
But
I
I
get it.
mean, it hasn't been bad enough to where I've like, mine's is like the same with the controller. If you get sweaty hands from a controller and still can play through it, then you'll be fine. But if you're
So
dropping the controller because of sweaty hands, then yeah, get the grips.
people are this streamer bundle with the extra cable. It's like an extra $80.
I don't remember how much I paid for the cable.
Dang, so it's $299 for the 128 gig system, right? And it says the bundle price is like $380.
Might come with a game because like on here, looks like the Quest cable is like $20-$30.
Okay, I'll have to take a look. I'm obviously not jumping in today, but I'm
I don't know.
definitely interested.
Well, Oculus is virtual reality headset. Sorry.
Don't understand what the Pro bundle is either.
Yeah, I just got the 500 gig ones and then bought the cable with it.
Okay.
Yeah, the Pro is the bigger memory.
Well, this one says it's a Pro bundle and it just has additional stuff. It has like a harder headset grip thing. It looks like I don't know what that really is. It comes with a carrying case, and then
it might be the battery. There, you can buy like a battery pack that sits on the back of the head, gives you a longer battery. From talking to players and onward, a lot of them say it's worth it, but I don't own one.
All right,
like I said, you can just get the cable if you don't mind a cable. Like the cable, like is angled and it has a Velcro strap that hooks around the headset part, and then I just have it go back over my shoulder, and I have no issue with it. If you've played PS4 VR, it's like one cable is not that big of a deal.
Right, yeah. Because the PSVR has so many that I'm like worried about tripping over them whenever I play.
And breaking something.
Yeah.
Like an arm. But anyway.
All right.
It's VR.
Well, I know that took up a little bit more time than what we wanted, but I thought it was interesting. Mark's been playing a ton of VR, so he's our resident VR expert. So just to get a little bit more info from him on that is important for me and other people that are interested in the possibility of going with VR. So anybody have anything before we bounce?
No. Same channel next week, same time.
Follow us on our social medias. Find us.
Yeah, I can't even play today.
Yeah, Tay's down there.
Yeah,
follow at DJ Tay Boogie. Mark is Swing Live. It's Swing Live on Twitter. And I am Touched Artist on every form of social media and every platform of gaming except for Xbox. There's an X in the front and an X in the back in front of and behind Touched Artist. So
he's
again, thanks to Frisch's Big Boy, Team Frisch, Game Day, everybody for making this happen. And we will see you all
next week.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.